Are you kidding me? Another pro SEC company says Gary Gensler's got it right? Yes, that article. What's happened with BlackRock? Things just don't seem to pass the smell test. It stinks in here. Plenty of those articles next on OG Crypto and NFT. Welcome everybody. My name is Troy, and every day we go over blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, and non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Now, before we jump into it, do me a favor. Helps my channel out a lot. Hit that subscribe button. Boom, boom. Let's get this up. Today's big story is going to be on Prometheum. But before we get into that, we're going to jump into BlackRock here. Let's get into it. This is from CoinDesk. This is BlackRock close to filing a Bitcoin ETF application. This is coming from a source inside BlackRock. Now, let me understand this. Digital Currency Group, DCG, sat there. They filed theirs years ago. Then last year, after being turned down by the SEC, they sued the SEC. Then 6 months later, which was the end of last year, they went to court and it just was a complete mess. The judge made fun of the SEC, couldn't come up with anything, and so now it's going to trial. It's just a mess. But here we go. BlackRock, who is in bed with Gary Gensler, all amongst the finance boys, the bank boys out there, we have a feeling he's just going to go rubber stamp this and jump right over it. Now, they're going to use Coinbase custody to custody it. But before that happens, here's my conspiracy theory. I actually think that they're going to dump Bitcoin and hemorrhage it all over the market. We're going to see Mt. Gox Bitcoin just come in and crush the market. Then we're going to see several different companies and countries, such as the U.S. government, who owns the third largest holder of Bitcoin. They're going to dump it. You're going to see Bitcoin maxis dump. You're going to see a dumpage on the market. And it's going to go with the theme that crypto is a scam. And once it hits rock bottom and they get rid of almost all investors, they get rid of retail, they get rid of everyone, then they're going to FOMO in, and they are going to FOMO in like no other. So that once they do that, then BlackRock gets approved once they start buying it all up, and then all of a sudden we will see the greatest transformation of wealth from one generation or from one old banking system to the new banking system. BlackRock, Vanguard, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Bank of America, all these people will just go in and scoop up as much crypto as possible. They will own the market, and they will be the rich ones going forward. So it's going from the old dog to the new dog, but it's the same stinky dog. It just has a little bit of new overhaul. Let's jump into the next one. Okay, so a lot of things happened yesterday, including several dumps of the crypto market. Now, a lot of it I thought had to do with the Fed, and that their conversations they had after the Fed meeting was that they were going to raise twice in the future. Actually, I think that was posturing more now, because now I feel that they've already broken a lot of different parts of this economy. But the other reason is Tether, and Tether depegged off its dollar. So let's back up. What do you mean depegged? Meaning it's a stable coin and it's a dollar pegged to the dollar. So if you give $1 of Tether, a $1 bill, you get $1 Tether back. But when it depegs, I give $1 of Tether and it comes back to me at 99 cents. Okay, so it depegs. Now, there's a lot of critics of Tether. I will raise my hand and say I am definitely one of them. This is one of the industries in which Gary Gensler has not touched, yet it is by far the biggest scam industry. It is the stable coin industry. What we're supposed to see out there was, for every dollar that's out there in stable coins that are backed by the US dollar, you need to see assets to prove they have it. So Tether is at all-time highs right now. They're at $83.4 billion, billion and a B, of Tether out there. Yet, in the last 2 weeks, they went from 82.9 to 83.4. Where'd the 500 million come from? The company is not transparent. They will not tell you where it's coming from. They don't say anything. And why isn't our government, who has money pegged to the dollar, right? They want to actually help our financial system, help our banks. They're allowing dollars to be exchanged out for, dollars in digital currency that have no backing, that have nothing to do with the banks. Or do they have to do with the banks? Tether is located in Asia. Why isn't Gary Gensler going after that scam? If they have only $50 billion worth of assets and they're still printing, why are we having this conversation? Why are they going after it? We think it's the next funnel that's happening, and a lot of us out here feel Tether needs to go, or it needs to be regulated, and we need to make sure that whatever they print, that they have assets backing for it. All right. Another day, another Ripple partnership. This is ridiculous. Anyone that says, I continue to feel that the number one company or the number one digital currency out there that has more headlines than any other company, that has real world technology that is connected with old world technology, it's Ripple. It says Ripple partners with Colombia's central bank to explore blockchain technology. Why? Why are we having conversations? Everywhere in the world, Ripple is either considered a commodity or it's just considered a cryptocurrency. But only in the United States have they had this issue. And it's because, which we're going to go over here in a minute, all the players who want to control this asset class continue to make inroads and to affect your pocketbook, my pocketbook, and everyone else's pocketbook. And let's get right into it. This is from Digital Asset Investor, and this is a post that he had. Now, yesterday I showed that Senator Flood had a conversation in front of a digital asset committee with another gentleman. His name was Aaron, and he was the CEO of Prometheum. And so what happened here is that the connection that we're starting to get with this company, who came out of nowhere, no one even knew who they were, right? And they're there at this hearing, and they're the only pro SEC people out there. Everyone else is saying there's no regulatory guidance, there's no crypto laws, there's no nothing. But this company comes out and says, oh, by the way, there is crypto laws, and the law is, we're figuring it out by the enforcement, but there are laws. If you saw Maxine Water actually go up and have an exchange with this guy, it wasn't a bad exchange. It was a leading exchange. Oh, well, everyone's committing fraud, and we, Maxine, step back. Under your watch, all the fraud happened. It was FTX. You were hugging and kissing this guy, and he was the one that was funding the blue team, I'll call it. So we have this is what he's saying. I don't think this line of questioning by Senator Mike Flood was coincidence. I think they know who the bad guys are, and they know of the CCP or China involvement. Senator Tuberville knows. Let's see what he says. Tuberville bill would block Chinese ownership of U.S. crypto companies. Why do we have to have that? Why do we have to have that? Do we have to block out of U.S. companies? Why do we have to block Chinese, VCs coming into this? Why don't they just do it in China? Well, because the blue team is all over it. Let's go read this. What does it say here? Oops. Let me go. It says, and let me go make this a little smaller here for you, because I want you to read all what's happening here. Oh, that's the best we're going to get in frame. It says Prometheum Ember Capital, which was spurred by Tuberville's interest to keep China out of American crypto. Prometheum was granted a license by FINRA, interesting, on May 23rd to operate a custodian for digital assets. Tuberville cites the SEC filings show Prometheum is strategic partners with Shang Weijing Blockchain, which is a spinoff of Weijing Group. Well, who actually is this group? What are they famous for? Oh yeah, Hey, let's go back to the emails. And who did Billy Boy call up? You got it, Vitalik. And now Vitalik is connected with Wang Xing Group right here. Huh, how does that happen? Well, he went to China, Vitalik did, and he wanted to raise funds for his new project called Ethereum. And guess who came up with a bunch of money for it? It was Wang Xing Group. And so we're saying, hold on here. Vitalik made fun of a tweet about his company being connected to China, saying they had no connections. Yet now we're connecting all the dots. Tumerville Smoking Gum is Lu Gainku, a founder of Wang Group, was posthumously praised by the Chinese in 2021, named the National Excellence Communist Party member. So you're telling me the founder of this group is being praised by the Communist Party, yet they're sitting here being some of the largest VCs into all these American companies, including Ethereum. Okay, so now Ethereum is connecting, we're connecting the dots from Ethereum to the Chinese Communist Party and to Vitalik. And now we're doing with Prometheum. Come on, guys. This is ugly. We're going to see it. I hope that the XRP army and the crypto sleuths out there in Twitter land, come on, BitBoy, where are you at? Rand Neuter, George, Windio, you name, there's hundreds of you guys. We need to group up. Just like we did with FTX, we need to group up against this company. The guy was so smug yesterday, like he had not a care in the world, yet he couldn't answer a straight question except for the Gary Gensler, I'm reading off a piece of paper, and I'm just gonna hit play, rewind, play, rewind. All right, guys, let's move on here. This is crazy. This is a crazy timeline. If you guys wanna look at it on Wheezy, on the thread he has, he says, let me get this straight. Him and Simpson Thatcher helps Alibaba IPO. Alibaba and Wang Xing partner to create a bank in China. Are you kidding me? Oh, wait, hold on. Simpson Thatcher, where Bill Hinman was at, where he received $15 million while he was a member of the SEC, which are connected to the Ethereum Alliance, is now a partner with Wang Xing. Vitalik founds Ethereum. JP Morgan's disguised well. Well, we know what's happening right now with JP Morgan and Ethereum Foundation. They're being sued in Sweden by some of the members of the Ethereum Foundation for secretly selling off parts of the Ethereum Foundation to, drum roll please, JP Morgan. JP Morgan assists in creation of the EEA. Vitalik goes to China to look for funding. Let's keep reading. Wang Xing buys 500 million in ETH. Connect the dots, baby. JP Morgan works with Consensus to create JP Morgan Coin. Focuses on cross-border payments, becoming Ripple competitor. Zhang Xing founds Blockchain Lab. Vitalik becomes chief scientist of Wang Xing Blockchain Lab. Inman joins SEC. Are you kidding me? You cannot connect the dot any more than this to show Ethereum and China is connected. And this is where we're going to go after Vitalik, who made several tweets, many tweets about he had no connection to China. It is all over the place. He was so greedy for money, he went anywhere in the world and sold his soul with Joe Lubin. And now they're being sued because now it's a complete mess. Let's just move on. Blockchain Association has requested records connecting crypto startup Prometheum from the SEC after the CEO's testimony before Congress, triggering scrutiny of the company. Well, what did they say to Gary G? Well, we know if he signed off on this, it has to do with Chinese connections and the banking mafia. Come on, we all know that. Come on, Gary, come clean. Come on, FOIA requests everywhere. All right, we're jumping into NFTs. We're gonna bring in the lovely NFT expert here, Emi. How you doing?
Hello.
I am doing fantastic. We are going to go over a couple of crazy projects that's going on right now. I regret I bought 2 of these Trump cards on phase 1, on his first release. Mm-hmm. And I was happy just saying, hey, I made a few bucks.
Yeah.
But this has gone iconically crazy, right? Mm-hmm. He released it. A lot of people funded it in the industry, and right after they funded it, it just shot up. It went up 500%. Then he comes out with a second set of cards, and in those cards he has all these little specials. If you got the right card, then you can meet up with them. You can play golf with them. You can have dinner with them.
Some sort of like utility prize, basically.
Right. Can you go ahead and read the headline here?
Yeah, so following second arrest, Trump's NFT project says now is time to claim prizes. Clearly, who's ever in charge of this project didn't realize that the timeline would be running into his indictment. So that's kind of a complication.
I think it's brilliant marketing. It is absolutely brilliant marketing. How do you get yourself just consistently in front of the media? Well, we know the media is blowing off the Biden crime family and they're going after the Trump. Well, how do you get in front of the crypto industry? Well, you just go ahead and release your shit when you're popular, regardless if you're famous or infamous. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, this is crazy. All right, last one.
All right, last one. Let's go.
Can you read it?
Snoop Dogg NFT passports lets fans tour with a rapper in digital form.
You know, Snoop's really incredible because I feel like stuff from him is being used in the wildest context. You know, like we see his audio being applied from anything to like smoking videos to like real estate videos. So Snoop is wildly applicable in many markets, and I think he's really capitalizing on that by crossing over the NFT impression that he's been able to make so far, along with his normal music.
I think the guy has just went into icon status. I mean, a rapper's a rapper, and if you don't like the genre, who gives a F about Snoop? He said no. I'm going to break through barriers, and I'm going to show I'm a businessman just as much as I'm a fantastic rapper, and that's exactly what he did. He connected himself with Gala Music or Gala Games, which turned into Gala Music, the spinoff that he ran. Then he went to Sandbox, and he has his own huge Sandbox world there. Then he comes out in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He's the main halftime, guy, right? They have a bunch of other people there, but they have NFTs everywhere. He has multiple NFT collections. This guy is absolutely a brilliant businessman. There's no two ways about it. I'm very impressed by Snoop. You know, he's not just that Long Beach OG anymore. He is a worldly OG and a businessman.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us today. Crypto is a crazy world out there, and it spins 3 times faster than the 24 hours that we're in. So tomorrow, another fun-filled packed day. When we wake up, we have no clue what's happening, and then we have hours of research. Yeah. You guys take care, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.